Okay, so here we go. We are moving on. We are actually getting ready to do this now. I can't believe I'm finally Let's Playing this game. But yeah, so Dynasty Warriors is a hack-and-slash game. You basically fight enemies. You can use the square button to do your normal attack. You can use the triangle button to do kind of a stronger attack. And you can actually use your weaker attacks with your stronger attacks to do certain kind of combos and other strong abilities as well. So that's essentially how the main basic part of the game works. You also have your life meter at the very bottom. There's a meter that's kind of flashing below my health. That is my Musou bar. Whenever your bar is full, like it is right now, what you can do is you can press the circle button. I'll wait till I get some enemies over here first, though. And with this ability, you can do a super powerful attack that's good at crowd clearing and will also do like a lot of damage as well. So that's basically our basic controls. You can also jump and do like a jump attack, but I don't really find myself using the jump attack too much. So it's just kind of there, really. That's all I can really say. The jumping attack is like it's there. That's really all it is. I think you can also use if you're next to a horse, and if you have the ability to ride a horse, you can actually ride the horse in that fashion as well. As far as other controls, you can press the start button to take a look at the basically the main map and all of the other little options and windows again if you need to. There's also this review option where you can review all of the most important pieces of information that have happened recently, and that's basically what that does. Select button, I don't think select button does anything in this game. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. And as far as the top buttons, I'm going to kill this gate captain first, though. Gate captains, you can basically find them in front of gates like this, and if a gate captain is active, enemy forces will continue to come out of that gate. So it's honestly a good idea to take them down, because if you take them down, you won't have to worry about stupid enemy forces kind of coming out and bothering you while you're playing. But as far as the top buttons are concerned, L1 kind of puts you in this guard state, where you can sidestep and move around like this, and if anyone attacks you when you're like this, you'll actually block the attack. It's good for fighting enemy officers, which are generally more powerful than these grunt soldiers, but you can also just use that in general for kind of moving around. R1 brings up your arrow shooter, so you can shoot arrows at enemies. You can shoot normal arrows, you can shoot a more powerful charge shot arrow. I think you even have like a special attack arrow too, which probably just does a lot of damage and might even stun enemies too. Then you have L2. This brings up the health meter on all the enemies. You can also detoggle it if you don't want to see that. I like having it on just so like you are familiar with what's an enemy and what's not. But I can see how that could probably get annoying for some people too. And okay, so he's using a special attack. Okay, there we go. Wait for him to finish his attack. And I'll explain the last button once I'm done fighting this guy. There we go. Knock him out. Got an attack boost for our trouble, and this will open the gate to the middle section of the area. And finally, the R2 button can toggle the big map, so the map of the entire area, or you can use it to kind of bring up a smaller map that's kind of just near you, so you can kind of keep track of what enemies are around if you feel like taking them out. So yeah, those are all the basic controls. You're probably also wondering about like some of the other things that are on the map. Obviously, you have your health meter, your Musou meter, and your arrow count in the bottom left. In the bottom right, you have your KO count. Every time you kill an enemy, that'll increase. You probably could have figured that out. In the top right, you have a morale meter. Morale is very interesting. You'll be seeing like a lot of messages, like you see right here, of your enemies and your allies' morale dropping or raising. The basic way to explain morale is the more morale a force has, the better they'll perform. So if an enemy has like 5 stars worth of morale and your ally only has 4, the enemy will generally perform better, and you might need to actually help out your allies in order to actually get them to basically move on with the rest of the battle and just help them survive in general. Ways you can increase morale is every time you get 50 KOs, every 50th KO, morale will generally increase across the entire army. If you defeat soldiers in an army, morale will also drop for that force as well, activating certain events during the battle. So if, like, you, for example, perform a fire attack during a battle, that'll generally decrease the morale for all the enemy forces, and then it will increase the morale of your forces. So that's essentially how it works. And I kind of like this game a little bit in the sense that whenever if you can see in the top left, whenever you're fighting someone, you have like your enemy's health bar, the enemy you're currently fighting. There's also another meter too that you can probably see, like right there. I had 3 stars. That is that enemy's morale meter. So every time you kill a soldier of that army, you'll see that meter start to drop, and then once it reaches 0, they'll lose a star of morale. So that's kind of neat how they have that. I wish they would have actually done that in other Dynasty Warriors games, but it's fine. They were still experimenting, and I guess they just figured that that wasn't incredibly necessary to do. But yeah, those are pretty much the basics, I guess. I think I've pretty much covered all of the main things that are worth mentioning. As far as actually completing this battle and continuing on with the battle, the way I like to play is I like destroying all the officers. The reason why is whenever you defeat an enemy officer, you will get an item boost, which means you'll increase either your attack, your defense, or your health. So, basically, if you, for example, beat this guy, once we defeat him anyway, we will actually be able to get an item boost. This is a attack 2, so our attack is essentially gone up by 2. Although I think our attack is already maxed. I think that this character can only gain health and defense at this point, so that boost didn't really help us that much, but it is definitely there if you need to use that. But as you can probably see, our forces in the top left and the bottom left of the map, they're not exactly doing that great. They're kind of struggling with fighting some of the other forces, so I'm probably going to actually head over there to not only increase their morale, but also just because I can get some more items, I can kill some more officers, and stuff of that nature. So yeah, I'm going to definitely do that. In order to get over there, though, I have to kind of climb over the fortress. I suppose this is where jumping actually comes into play, because I can literally jump down there past this gate without having to open it up or anything. And because I'm doing very well, my forces should be fine by themselves, so I don't have to worry about them dying, really. But if they do get into trouble, the game will let me know, so I can kind of double back and help them out if I need to. But I'm not jumping over just yet, because there is something I want to get that I think I have to go over here to get it. And this will also let me know if I can increase my items anymore, or my stats anymore, because honestly I am not really sure at this point. Boom, get rid of you guys. It does feel kind of weird to play this game, especially because I feel like the combat system in Dynasty Warriors gets a lot better in future iterations of the game. So this feels like really, really stiff and almost kind of clunky a little bit. Which, I know, it is kind of a shame, but I'll get used to it, I'm sure. So I didn't see what I'm looking for. Maybe I have to go, like, up and right as opposed to down and right. So I'll come back to that. I am going to essentially help my comrades here, though, because they are in big trouble at the moment. It seems like they are having trouble anyway. And I do not want them to die, so I'm not going to let them die. Can I jump over here? Okay, not yet. I have to find the gate and then jump down from there. Okay, so here's the gate. So I should be able to jump down now. Thank you. And now let's go ahead and take out Deng Mao. There is also a very annoying mechanic in Dynasty Warriors 2 where we probably won't see it yet until we get to the boss of this level. But basically, there's an annoying mechanic where if you knock down an enemy soldier, as soon as they stand back up, they'll actually heal a fraction of their health. Which can be really annoying because it's like, hey, I just kind of like fought this guy to death. Why is he recovering health now? But that's something you kind of have to get around. The game kind of intends you to use combos to kind of juggle your opponent and then just keep doing damage so he like can't get knocked down. That's kind of what the game intends for you to do. Which again is kind of stupid because again just like having to deal with constant health restoration is quite the pain, I'll just say that much. Let's go ahead and take down this gate captain. Okay, so this side of the map should be secure. There is another gate captain down there, but I don't think that'll actually bother me too much. And in fact, my other allies might be able to take care of that themselves. In fact, on the top left, it seems like my other allies are doing fine without me, so I may actually just ignore that. That side is actually probably the side you want to pay the most attention to, though. Because the main leader of the battle is in that area. And again, if he gets KO'd, then we have to do the entire battle over again, so we just gotta have to look out for that, pretty much. Okay, so where is the enemy in this quadrant? He's probably somewhere over here. Here he is. We're going to destroy Cheng Yuanzi now. Also, yes, pronouncing the names of all the generals in this game, that'll definitely be a thing. Okay, so yeah, he did what I was talking about. He actually healed, like, after he got knocked down. And again, like, because I have, like, nearly maxed out characters, like, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I can knock down the health again really quickly. But it's just, like, a huge annoyance, especially, like, if you're just starting out with a character. Because, you know, you're obviously not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage at first when you start out with a new character. Okay, so it looks like we opened 2 of the gates. I think the forces in the top left are able to get through that gate now, so that's why the gate cutscene played twice. Okay, so let me figure out what I was trying to do over here, since I'm back in this quadrant again. We've kind of gone full circle around the entire battlefield now, so we should be good to go. But yeah, I'm not really sure how to structure these videos because... Okay, this is what I was looking for. So that's the life increasing item, which it did do. So even if I am maxed, I can still increase my stats, which is good. Because I was under the assumption that once you get max level, your stats cannot actually increase anymore. So you have to play it in a way where it's like you don't want to get too many points for beating battles, so you can still like increase your stats, and then once you get max, then you can kind of rush the points. But that's not the case, so it looks like I can still increase stats even if I'm maxed, which is good. Because my health and Musou did increase. So yeah, whenever you get a health increasing item, your Musou bar will also increase because health and Musou are essentially the same meter, or they're the same length in this game. In future games, they'll be increased separately, but not in this one. Okay, so we've essentially destroyed all of the enemies in the kind of square quadrants of the middle section. So now we're about done with this battle. We're getting pretty close to the end. And again, we've only we've only been like playing this for 13 minutes, so you really don't need 100 minutes to play this. You really don't. Also, in this game, you can find boxes. Usually some boxes will contain like arrows, pots will contain like health items and other upgrades and stuff. But in boxes, if there's a box by itself, chances are you will find a PlayStation 2 memory card. This is only in the American version of the game, but this is a battle save. So basically, you can save your progress right here, and if you have to like stop playing or quit or something, you can save your progress, turn off the game, come back, and essentially resume from this point. In future Dynasty Warriors games, you don't have to worry about that. They have like a pause menu saving system, so it's nothing you really have to worry about. But in this game, you have to save through those memory cards. Okay, so now we're going to see the Yellow Turbans in action. They created kind of a windy valley here, which I'm going to actually ignore because it's kind of really hard to get through that section without taking a lot of damage. So I'm going to actually bypass that section and go to a different section entirely. I'm essentially going to be taking the long way around, but if I take this way around, I can get behind the other guys and then I can kill them later, so my other troops can bypass really, really easily. And that's essentially what we're going to do for this part of the battle. So yes, let us move forward. We have He Yi. He Yi, not very important. He's literally just a nameless general. Nameless generals are, well, not nameless. I say nameless, but that's not the right word for it. Basically, there are some characters that you'll find that are very generic looking officers. Those are officers you essentially can't play as. But you'll also find unique generals, which are generals that you can actually play as. So, like the character I'm playing as, Zhang, he is an actual, he's a playable character, so you can technically find him on the battlefield if you're not playing as him on his side. And generals like that are playable are generally more difficult, and they'll also heal health. They'll heal their health more too. So that's pretty much how that works. But yeah, like the He Yi, the guy we just destroyed, he'll probably look like many other characters in the game. And there are some characters that will be those generic officers that will actually like have a playable character slot and a new design in like a future game. I'll be pointing those out as we go through the game as well. So like one of the most fun things to do is like whenever a new Dynasty Warriors games comes out, trying to see like, okay, which characters are getting promoted from a generic officer design to a playable character design. So that's kind of one of the things I like doing, is kind of seeing like what officers are playable in the next games and stuff like that. If that makes sense anyway. So yeah, now we're fighting Zhang Liang's troops. As you can see, we're destroying a lot of his enemies, so his Musou bar is getting a little smaller. In a little bit, his morale will go down to 3 stars. But for now, we're going to keep on moving up. There is actually another path you can take, which I think will cause a boulder to start rolling down, which is kind of another obstacle, much like the Windy Valley, but it's probably a lot easier to get through just because like you can actually see the boulder and try to avoid it. While in the Windy Valley, you're literally pushing against the wind to try to make progress. And it's just not fun to do that. I just do not like bothering with that. Especially since there's a lot of archers in that area. And archers, especially in early Dynasty Warriors games, they are freaking annoying. Archers can be like the bane of new players' existence in these old Dynasty Warriors installments, just because they hit really, really hard. They hit from a distance, and sometimes they can like reload and fire at you again like really quickly, and you can get comboed very easily too. So archers can really, really suck in these old games. So one thing I should probably mention is gate captains can also give you defense items whenever you defeat them. So it's also good to destroy gate captains as well, just because you get like, oh, okay, I get an extra point of defense. That's pretty cool. But you only get 1 defense, but you can actually increase the value of items if you combo that officer or that enemy enough. So if I were to combo a gate captain, instead of getting a +1 defense, I'd get a +2. If I'd be able to get a 16 combo, I'd get a +4 instead of a +2. And if I'd get a 24 combo, I'd get a +8 instead of a +4. So you kind of want to learn how to combo effectively in this game so you can make the best use out of those power-ups. But we are essentially in the ending part of this battle, but I am going to go over here. I'm going to help my other allies out because they are still struggling with that windy valley over there. You'll find that your ally AI is really, really bad. I wouldn't say this game is the worst example of it. Dynasty Warriors 4, for example, had really, really bad allied AI, to the point where, like, your main commander could have, like, a single grunt soldier beaten up on him, and, like, you'd have to go back and save him. Otherwise, he would die to that one soldier, and, like, all your leader would have to do is just, like, do one swing of their weapon, and the grunt soldier would be dead, but because of how dumb the AI is, they just die very quickly. It's like, come on, you can fight, so fight, damn it. Okay, gonna take out this other gate captain after I... Okay, there we go. I think that's pretty much all the gate... Okay, actually, no, there is another gate captain, too. That's okay, we'll deal with him. But yeah, as you can see, like, even the main leader of this battle, like our main leader, he is actually fighting some soldiers back there. Which I know looks bad, that I should probably go back and help, but I don't know. I think we'll be fine, because as I'm gaining more KOs, their morale will increase, so... They're not doomed, it's just that they're taking a long time to destroy, like, what are probably just, like, grunt soldiers, which is really stupid and really annoying, but that's just this game in a nutshell, honestly. So I'm going to see if I can actually get a combo on this gate captain. Okay, no, that won't work. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so I need to do like one attack and then the strong attack, because then I can knock him in the air and then kind of juggle him for a bit. So I'll try that. I'll try that in like the next battle or something. I'm gonna get to 50 or 350 KOs so I can get some morale increased. Oh wow, some of my allies are actually dropping morale. Probably because they are stuck in that windy valley and they are losing troops. But getting 350 KOs will definitely help my allies out a little more. Anyway, over here... Wait, where is he? Did I miss him? Hold on. Oh no, he's further down. Okay, hold on. I was like, wait, where's the freaking general over here? Did I already defeat him, or did he, like, run the other way or something? No, he was just further down. Okay, so here's Zhang Bao. I'm going to defeat him so we can stop the Windy Valley. In a lot of cases, like, especially generals that use, like, magic or little ambushes like this, that you pretty much want to defeat the general that started the ambush. And then once you do, like, everything should return to normal. But yeah, we're going to have a little trouble with this guy, because not only do we have archers hitting us as well, but he's also a little more powerful than the other generals we fought in this battle. But yeah, that will stop the Windy Valley, and that will allow the rest of my troops to continue to move forward. And then we should be good to go. My god, what are they struggling with down there? I almost want to go over there and investigate, but I'm already this far through the battle, so I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, while I'm making my way over there, I guess I should also mention that as far as structuring these videos, since I didn't really finish talking about that, I never really even started talking about that. I don't know how I'm going to be structuring these videos, because originally I wanted to include like one battle per video. And this video is going to be pretty long as it is, because I had all that like introduction stuff I was going through. Like I want to do like one battle per video, so this is probably going to be a long first video. But after that, expect the videos to be like around 20 to 25 to maybe even 30 minutes sometimes. I feel like that's a good way to do it, just because it's like, okay, so I'm covering enough, and I'm not like taking a long time either. So I feel like that's just the best way to do it. So every story mode will basically be 5 videos, because every story mode is 5 battles. So we're going to go ahead and say hello to the leader of this battle. This is Zhang Jiao. So yeah, he basically just used fire right there. But like I was kind of trying to explain earlier, it's not that they can just create fire out of thin air. They're basically doing something that'll create fire, but not like they're just not creating it from their hands or anything. It's they're creating the effect of fire, and they're kind of using that to kind of counteract the enemies and scare off the enemies, basically. People back in those days didn't have magic powers. Just want to be clear on that. Okay, so while I'm fighting the boss, I want to make sure that we don't have to deal with any gate captains. So I'm going to go ahead and defeat him, so we can get rid of that, and then we just have to defeat the boss now. So Zhang Jiao, for example, is a playable character. So he'll have like a little cutscene right here. And also, he'll be a lot stronger to fight as well. So, like, he's going to be a little more tough than any of the other scrubs that we fought already. But yeah, like right there, I knocked him down, so he increased his defense a little bit. So we need to be careful of that. But I think we... Okay, no. I should have waited a little longer before I did that. So yeah, they're going to basically keep doing that. They're going to, like, increase their health every time I knock them down, or increase their defense. Also, if you both attack each other at the same time, you'll get in that weapon deadlock. You just have to press the attack button over and over again until you break out of the deadlock, and that's basically what you do there. Okay, so he fully healed now, which is annoying, but I think once they use their full health heal, I don't think they can use heals anymore, so it won't be an endless cycle of him healing. It's just that he has to use his full heal first. Think of it as like magic or something. Like, you can't use like a magic ability that many times without losing like MP or something. Otherwise, like, they'd be like freaking impossible to fight. So I think that's what you can honestly compare it to. But okay, once I break through his defenses, okay, he should be dead now. And there we go. You also see a cutscene of them dying or retreating, because in some cases they'll retreat, not die. There we go. That is the Yellow Turban Rebellion. I hope this has been enjoyable so far, because yeah, there's a lot to talk about here, and again, it may not be the most entertaining gameplay out there for a YouTube Let's Play, but again, like, I have a lot to say about this game because I enjoy it so much. It is like one of my favorite game series, after all. So after the battle, you get kind of a review of all you did and all, basically how the battle progressed. This is very, very slow though, so I'm probably not going to show this off. But I'll show this first one just to kind of give you an idea of what this is like, pretty much. So yeah, this is when I helped out all of my allies. I came back in here. Oh, I didn't destroy that other guy. I actually meant to. And this is when I decided to just kind of move on and just kind of fight the last few forces. Actually, I'm almost wondering, is that red guy the... Oh, no, okay. I thought the red guy was maybe who was bothering my main commander earlier, but no, not really. I think it was just some loose soldiers that didn't get disposed of, and the AI, again, wasn't being very smart with dealing with them. So here I'm kind of going around to take out the last guy. And once I do that, I make my way back to the boss man and then finish him off. And there we go. That's the that's pretty much how the Yellow Turban Rebellion happened, as far as as far as this canon is concerned. So here we're going to get our points. You get points for killing enemies. You get points for how many generals you destroyed. You get points for your clear time, like how fast you took to beat the battle. And then you get a special bonus depending on, I guess, just certain events that happened during the battle or something. And then you actually get that added to your main total, which again, I can't really do that because I've already maxed this character out. And then you also get compared with all of the other heroes of this battle. So, yeah, safe to say I was the top performing general of that battle for sure. Not that I'm surprised, because I'm definitely not. So yeah, let's go ahead and save our game. I'm going to overwrite our data. And let's move on to the next battle, shall we?